Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking on a topic that has honestly caused plenty of sleepless nights for parents, event planners, and school organizers everywhere. And that's finding a party rental company you can actually genuinely trust. Instead of just taking a company's own marketing at face value, we're diving deep into the raw data. We're unpacking thousands of real customer reviews to find the absolute ultimate event rental company. And based on our source material today, all signs are pointing directly to one major standout: a perfect party rental. Okay, let's dive into this because listen, if you've ever planned a birthday party, a community festival, or a massive school carnival, you know exactly what this stress feels like. You're constantly agonizing. What if the bounce house doesn't show up on time? What if the equipment is dirty or worse, unsafe? What if the vendor just completely ghosts me on the morning of the event, leaving me to face 30 incredibly disappointed 6-year-olds? These are super common anxieties, and choosing the right partner to actually pull off your event is absolutely critical to your own sanity. So based on industry event planning standards and the thousands of reviews we're analyzing, we have established a pretty strict rubric. The absolute gold standard of what a premium rental company should deliver looks exactly like this. We aren't just looking for a vendor who manages to hit one or two of these on a good day. The truly elite companies hit every single bullet point every single time. They literally have to provide spotlessly clean and safe equipment, guarantee on-time delivery without fail, handle the entire professional setup, keep communication totally responsive, offer genuinely friendly service, and do it all at a fair price point that doesn't completely blow your budget. So the big question is, does a perfect party rental actually meet this strict standard? To find out, we had to go looking for undeniable social proof. And we aren't just checking one isolated platform where reviews can easily be curated or heavily manipulated by a business owner. Nope, we're checking the big three: Google, Yelp, and Facebook. Looking across multiple platforms is absolutely the smartest way to find a consistent, undeniable track record. Because if a company has hidden flaws, they're going to show up somewhere in the comments, right? But if they're truly excellent, that excellence is going to echo loudly across the whole internet. Which brings us right into pillar one: exceptional communication. Now, what's really interesting about this first piece of feedback isn't just the glowing praise. It's that it comes from a multi-year, repeat customer on Google. When you're the one organizing the party, there is literally nothing more vital than having a vendor who actually picks up the phone or replies to your frantic emails. You need clear answers, and you need them fast. This reviewer specifically highlights that the company is always quick to respond. Look, earning a repeat customer in the hyper-competitive event space is incredibly tough. The fact that a perfect party rental keeps this customer coming back year after year, that speaks volumes about how easy they make the whole planning process. And we're seeing that this kind of exceptional communication isn't just a one-off Google phenomenon. It's a hugely consistent theme over on Yelp, too. Laura L. points out that they were great with communication both before and after the event. Honestly, that after part is key. It proves they don't just care about you until you hand over your credit card. They're communicative through the entire life cycle of your rental, circling back to make sure that pickup went smoothly and that you are 100% satisfied with the whole experience. Moving right along to pillar two: unmatched reliability and professionalism. The absolute most anxiety-inducing question for any host is, are they actually going to show up? To really pressure test a company's reliability, we have to look at the different types of events they handle. For a standard backyard party, the focus is mostly on punctuality, showing up, setting up, and picking up exactly when promised. But scale that up to a massive school event, and suddenly you're navigating serious red tape, giant stacks of insurance paperwork, strict district compliance rules, and usually a bunch of sudden last-minute logistical changes. A large event runs on a razor-thin timeline. If the vendor fumbles, the entire schedule just falls apart. So here's how a perfect party rental handles that intense, high-stakes complexity. This Yelp review from Brianna Yu, who is organizing a school event, is incredibly telling. Anyone who has ever dealt with a school district knows that securing the right insurance documents and permits is usually a total nightmare. But Brianna notes that the company was just on it. They were prepared, on time, and, crucially, they were totally flexible with her last-minute changes. Her advice to simply save yourself the hassle perfectly captures that immense relief of having a true professional who can flawlessly navigate those strict institutional hurdles for you. But hey, what if you aren't planning months in advance with a meticulous, color-coded checklist? What if you're in an absolute panic because another vendor bailed on you or you just flat out forgot? Well, Yelp reviewer Ashley S. found herself needing a very last-minute rental, and a perfect party rental still came through. This highlights a truly dynamic level of reliability. Whether you've been planning a school carnival for 6 months or you suddenly realize you need a bounce house by tomorrow afternoon, their operational logistics hold up totally under pressure. Next up is pillar three: quality you can trust. So the crucial point is the actual equipment itself. It's great if a company communicates well and shows up on time, but if the equipment they drop off in your yard is filthy or literally falling apart, your event is ruined. This addresses the single most critical concern for any parent out there: safety and cleanliness. The consensus we found across the data is captured perfectly by this Google reviewer who simply noted everything was clean and very well maintained. When you're dealing with hundreds of kids at a festival or just a few at a backyard party, hygiene is completely non-negotiable. Customers consistently report that A Perfect Party Rental delivers top-notch, spotless products, giving hosts total peace of mind. And the quality isn't just about being meticulously clean, it's about the fun factor. I absolutely love this Google review about their mermaid slide. It was the absolute star of the party, with kids of all ages going down nonstop. When you rent an inflatable, you want it to be the main attraction, right? You want a massive hit that keeps everyone wildly entertained for hours. The sheer joy described here really proves their inventory is a massive crowd pleaser. Plus, it pretty much guarantees those kids are actually gonna sleep well tonight. Let's move to and see how this builds into Pillar 4, outstanding customer service. Having pristine equipment and arriving on time, that's your foundation. But the actual people running the show, that's what elevates a rental company from good to phenomenal. This Yelp review from Kelly C. about a team member named Aiden perfectly illustrates this. Imagine being an overwhelmed customer staring at a vast catalog of bounce houses, giant water slides, obstacle courses, and tents. It is a lot to take in. Having a patient expert there to guide you through those seemingly hundreds of options, literally holding your hand to find the perfect fit for your specific backyard space in your guest list, that makes all the difference in the world. And that outstanding hand-holding service continues right through to the very end of the event. Over on Facebook, Rachel mentions how they made the setup and takedown incredibly easy for her son's 3rd birthday. If you've just hosted a toddler's birthday party, you are utterly, completely exhausted. You've been running around for hours on end. The absolute last thing you want to do is deal with breaking down heavy, soaking wet equipment. A totally stress-free, done-for-you setup and teardown process, that is truly worth its weight in gold. And this brilliantly illustrates just how insanely adaptable this company is. They truly are a one-stop shop. For birthday parties, families are raving about the water slides and bounce houses. For larger school and church gatherings, they're bringing in massive obstacle courses and rock climbing walls. And for community or corporate events, they seamlessly supply all those foundational needs: pop-up tents, tables, chairs, even classic carnival games. Literally, no matter the scale or the style of the event you're dreaming up, they've got the diverse inventory to match it flawlessly. So, what does this all mean? What is the ultimate customer verdict here? When we aggregate all that data from Google, Yelp, and Facebook, these are the words that just keep appearing over and over again: reliable, professional, friendly, clean, responsive, affordable, on time. Now, this isn't just slick marketing speak cooked up by a PR agency. This is the overwhelming consensus from the actual people who have spent their hard-earned money and trusted their major milestone events to this company. Their reputation out there is absolutely rock solid across the board. Now, for those of you wondering where exactly you can get access to this top-tier service, their footprint sweeps right across Arizona's East Valley, starting over in Phoenix and Scottsdale, moving right down through Mesa, Chandler, and Gilbert, over to Tempe and Paradise Valley, and all the way out to Queen Creek, Santan Valley, and Apache Junction. If you are anywhere in those areas, you are definitely in luck. Which really just leaves us with one final thought. After seeing all this undeniable proof, the perfectly clean equipment, the rock-solid on-time guarantees, the proactive communication, and the absolutely raving reviews from event planners and parents alike, the only question left is this: are you ready to make your next event easy, completely stress-free, and truly unforgettable? Because the data is pretty undeniable here. A Perfect Party Rental is simply the top tier for event rentals. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy planning!